So I just wanted to do a video today because Kia have not yet told me when I can expect the car. So it's the beginning of March and it's supposedly coming in the beginning of April, but they haven't told me yet. And on one hand, I'm kind of hoping that they do I don't really want an update from them until quite late. And the reason is that I have this thing in the back of my head, I still really want that Model 3. And originally I was thinking, well, it's fine, I'll live with the Niro. But the e-Niro first edition, this one is called, it might as well be called worst edition because it's really rubbish, the stuff that they're not including. So I've said before about the app. No app is like, it's one of those real first world problem things, okay? So yes, I know you don't have an app, you can't precondition the temperature in the car from the app, but that's like a really big deal actually. I mean, I'm fortunate, I park on my driveway, so you know, worst case scenario with the Niro, I would just pop out and turn on the heating. But when you're busy getting a child ready in the morning and everything, you know, it's just one extra thing that you got to do, and it's a bit of a pain. So apart from that, it's just imagine it's freezing and you've just got back in the train from wherever, and you want to make sure your car is nice and toasty before you get into it, and with the ice melted, for instance. You know, that's what preconditioning is great for. On top of that, there's no LED headlights. LED lights are more, I understand, they're more efficient and they're just better and brighter and everything. So there's that. I believe there's no sunroof as well. But I mean, have I ever used? No, I haven't got a sunroof in the Leaf. So there you go. I don't really care about that too much then. But you know, it's just all these things that it just seems like we're getting a pretty crap spec. My first thought is anyone that's buying a Niro, they're going to depreciate much quicker, these first editions, aren't they? Because you're not going to have the app and you're not going to have these other little goodies. So anyone buying a Niro, surely it's going to be quite bad for the depreciation, I would have thought. Leasing it, I mean, you know, who cares? Because it's not my problem really. I was listening to Fully Charged, I believe it was the podcast, and Robert Llewellyn said that his leasing company, Drive Electric, they've got him on a waiting list for the Model 3. And I believe June is like in the UK anyway, June is kind of the date where they're saying we might get the Model 3s. And as I keep saying, I've got this road trip to Italy coming up in July, and that's my deadline, and that's the reason I'm going through all this hassle. I mean, otherwise I would just wait. I would keep my Leaf and just wait. So so June. So if they can lease them and it's in June, that ticks off two of my big issues with the Model 3, because I needed it on a lease and I needed it before July. So so what do? Do I cancel the e-Niro? And then what if I can't get the Model 3 by June? And in that case, I suppose I would just, I don't know, maybe I would get the Nissan Leaf E+. Maybe I would like to get the Jag, because I love the I-Pace. But that's expensive. So that's the dilemma. Kia are kind of screwing the UK over with these first 900 cars, especially as the Soul EV, the new one, which will come out later this year, that does have an app. And even, I understand, even the internal combustion engine versions of the Niro that are due for a refresh, I think they're going to have lots of goodies like the app as well. So it's just this first 900, you know, are a bit rubbish. And it's just, you know, yes, you've got the great range that it's got. It's a more practical shape. Still, the boot of the Model 3 is rubbish, but I think I can put up with that. I think I could put up with the boot of the Model 3 just to have a Model 3 and to have a car that actually, you know, has the range for pretty much the same money. It won't be that much more than the Niro for leasing, I imagine, although the prices haven't been announced yet. But you know, and it's a Tesla. I can finally scratch this Tesla itch that I've got. The downside, of course, is, and this sounds ridiculous, but Tesla is one of those attainable, kind of non-attainable kind of targets. It's always has been for me, for as long as I've wanted electric cars. I've always wanted a Tesla. And then what happens if I get a Tesla? What then? You know, I used to be like this with Macs, with Apple Macs. So I used to always want the top one, and I never ever got it. And it was nice to always have something that to try and aim for. So I always wanted a Mac Pro. Of course, as it turned out, the Mac Pro was rubbish, and you know, so that dream died anyway. But is it going to be the same with the Tesla? I'll get a Tesla, and then it'll be all right. Now what? But then the Model Y comes out, I suppose, so there is that to look forward to, because that's really the car that I do want. I keep reading so many things on the internet about Tesla are failing, and even a friend of mine told me the other day, oh, Tesla, they're in a bit of trouble, aren't they? Because they've just reduced the prices. And it's interesting to see how Tesla get framed in the press. And you end up and it's the same with Apple as well, because they're very similar companies. And you end up feeling like such a idiot kind of fanboy. But you know, the reality is that Tesla are so far ahead, I think, of any other electric car. It's ridiculous, especially with the supercharger, the version 3 of the superchargers that they've just announced, with the fantastic speed, 1,000 miles an hour charging speed on that. I don't know. So I'm in the same position I always am. It's me in a video moaning that I'm not getting the Tesla and I'm getting the Niro, and maybe I should just do something about it, cancel my order, and then just accept that I'm gonna, I've got to hope that I get a Model 3 in time, because I still think that it's not going to be June, it's going to be September, I think. So anyway, that's where I am. Model 3 or e-Niro or a Leaf, the Leaf E+. But I think it's as much as I love my Leaf, I think it's time for a change. Anyway, that's it with this video, and I'll have a video coming up soon about getting ready for the road trip, because that's a bit of a nightmare in itself because of Brexit, the B word. And so I'll do a video about that, just if anyone else is interested. You've got to jump through a few hoops. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.